He raised his glass mid-toast, the stem trembling between his fingers. Not from emotion, but from amusement at his own cruelty. "Some kids make you proud," Dad announced, scanning the table. "Others just take up space." Laughter cracked around me like cold fireworks. Forks paused, eyes shifted. Everyone waited for my reaction. The punchline, the humiliation, the familiar silence I was supposed to swallow. But this time, my smile felt carved from stone. I set down my water glass with deliberate calm and said, "Good thing I just got my own place 3,000 miles away." The table stilled. The air thickened. I leaned back, voice soft, steady. "Don't worry, you'll never see me taking up your space again." Dad's smirk slipped, and I knew then exactly how the end would unfold. He'd always loved an audience. Family gatherings, work dinners, holidays, birthdays. Any moment with witnesses was a stage, and I was his favorite target. Growing up, I learned to navigate him the way others navigated storms. Never assume safety, never trust calm skies. My brother was the chosen one, sharp, driven, everything a son should be. I was the footnote, dramatic, too sensitive, good at whatever it is she does. Whenever I tried to speak, he talked over me. Whenever I achieved something, he reframed it as luck. Whenever I struggled, he treated it as proof. See, some people just aren't built for life. He didn't raise me, he managed me. I spent years trying to earn what he never intended to give, approval. But there's a specific kind of grief in realizing someone doesn't want to see you, because seeing you would threaten the lie they tell about themselves. 3 months before that dinner, he'd crossed a line even he couldn't undo. He found out I'd gotten a promotion, a big one, director level, real authority, real future. He congratulated me in the group chat with a single thumbs-up emoji. Then, separately, he called my boss. Told him I struggle with pressure. Told him I overreact emotionally. Told him it would be a risk to give me too much responsibility. My boss told me, quietly, awkwardly, because he believed I deserved to know. I sat at my desk afterward, staring at the wall, feeling something inside me shift. Not shattered, not wounded, just done. He didn't sabotage me out of concern. He sabotaged me because he needed me small, predictable, stationed exactly where he'd placed me decades ago. But I was no longer a child he could rearrange, and he would soon learn that. I didn't confront him. I didn't defend myself. I didn't give him a new scene to weaponize. Instead, I became impossibly calm. I moved with precision, quiet, cold, deliberate. I accepted an offer from a West Coast firm. Triple the salary. A leadership track faster than anything possible here. And, conveniently, it required relocation. Fast. While he mocked me in group chats, I negotiated equity. While he bragged about my brother, I secured a housing stipend. While he retold stories about my immature phases, I signed legal documents with a title he'd never imagine attached to my name. I didn't just outgrow the space he gave me, I outbuilt it. And I waited, patiently, for the perfect moment to walk away in silence so deafening it would echo in him forever. The moment arrived at that dinner. Extended family, his colleagues, neighbors, people he liked to impress. He tapped his glass to command attention. He lived for this, the applause, the chuckles, the privilege of humiliating someone with the safety of social context. Then the line. "Some kids make you proud, others just take up space." Laughter erupted on cue. My aunt covered her mouth, trying not to look at me. My cousin stared at his plate. My brother shifted in discomfort. Dad watched me with that familiar triumphant smirk, the one that said, "Know your place." But I wasn't in my place. I was in control. I waited for the laughter to fade. Then I spoke. "Good thing," I said, "I just got my own place 3,000 miles away." His eyebrows lifted. A flicker of confusion. Then suspicion. I continued, voice low, steady. My promotion came with a relocation package, full salary increase, equity, the works. Silence spread across the table like smoke. I didn't need theatrics, just facts delivered cleanly. I start next week. And, before you ask, no, they didn't doubt me. Turns out they think I handle pressure exceptionally well. His face twitched, a perfect tiny fracture. I leaned forward a fraction of an inch, giving him the truth he'd never expected. And don't worry, I said softly, you won't have to deal with me anymore. I won't be taking up space in your house, or your life. His grip tightened around his glass, knuckles paling, jaw ticking. He opened his mouth, but nothing came out. The toast he intended to break me with had backfired so cleanly, so elegantly, that even the people who usually laughed with him were staring at me with something like pride. He had built his identity on belittling me, and in 3 sentences, I dismantled the entire structure. After dinner, he tried to corner me, tried to offer advice, tried to reclaim authority. I simply stepped back and said, "It's handled." Not cold, not angry, just final. He didn't follow. Couldn't. I left the house quietly, keys in hand, suitcase waiting in the car. For the first time, the air felt light. Distance wasn't the revenge. Silence wasn't the punishment. The true revenge was becoming someone he could no longer diminish, someone he could not access, someone who no longer needed him, or the story he wrote for me. As I drove away, the streetlights stretched long across the road like a new beginning unraveling in front of me, and I felt it. The weight sliding off, the freedom settling in. Some people spend their lives trying to prove their worth. I just had to walk away to find mine. And the quiet as I crossed the city limits? That was the cleanest ending I could have given us. A soft, cinematic fade to black. Nothing left to take up space.